Hello. I decided a few weeks ago that I would start doing videos every Friday, and it's Friday today, and I'm really feeling quite disgustingly sick. But I'm still here, and I'm still deciding to post. So I thought, because I'm not feeling that great, what I want to talk about is how do we show up for ourselves. So for me, I am solo. I am, by myself and reliant on myself. So, I still need to be looked after. You still need to be looked after. You know what I mean? So I thought we would talk about, how do you show up for yourself? Are you showing up for yourself? I get the feeling you're not. Why are you not showing up for yourself? You know what I mean? These things are really important. I feel like it's quite an important thing to get to a place where you recognize that you matter, that your health and well-being is important. So, I feel like asking, if you're not showing up for yourself, why do you think that is? It took me many, many, many years to start showing up for myself. So, in time as well, I'm going to be posting a bit more about my life and my life experiences. I've had a hard go. A lot of people have, most of us have. We have things happen that leave us with, I'm getting the words like self-doubt, stuff like that. There's situations where, people and experiences have left us second-guessing ourselves and not feeling like we're worth, being looked after and stuff like that. And I had to learn the hard way last year. I think it's only been about a year that I've actually been trying to look after myself. And that came with me, nearly bottoming out. I had pneumonia last year. I've got chronic pain, chronic exhaustion, and I've had to learn to look after myself. Usually the people that don't really put themselves first, or even going down the list second, third, fourth, usually these types of people are very beautiful, caring, sensitive people who put so many other people in front of them, and I feel that we need to unpack that. What's underneath that? What's behind that? It can be very hard showing up for yourself. It's an interesting thing. It's like it's ingrained in us not to, because maybe we've grown up in households where we couldn't. Maybe we've been in relationships where, unfortunately we've probably chosen the wrong, people for us, and their needs and their wants and everything have come before yours. I feel like I'm here to tell you that that's not really okay. And the flip side of that, are you a person that is kind of demanding of people, and where does that come from? I think that we need to unpack all these sorts of things. I like to go into the depths of things and find out why. I've got PTSD, and I've gone into the depths of the hows, the whats, the whys. Where do I place this? Why am I triggered? What's going on here? You know what I mean? I'm one of those ones that I've had traumas in my life, like everyone really. I feel everyone's had some sort of levels of trauma. I found out when I was about 31 that I have PTSD, and it's from something from when I was a teenager. So you can imagine that was half my life living with something like that. without realizing or knowing. And as soon as I found out, there was just a click for me. Sometimes I feel that diagnoses and stuff like that can be iffy if we're clinging to it as such. And then other times I feel it can be quite beneficial. In my case, it made me go, oh shit, okay, I understand now. I can start unpacking that and understand, you know, and sometimes it's a aha moment where it's like, yeah, of course, that makes complete sense. Now I understand why I'm being triggered. And now I understand these things, you know. But yeah, I feel I've come on here mostly to talk more about how are you showing up for yourself? And if you're not, why? Why are you not showing up for yourself? You deserve to show up for yourself. I do believe that if you are alive, you have birthrights. You should be treated, you know, with respect and dignity. And if no one else is, you need to start doing it for yourself. You know, we need to start learning how to look after ourselves, how to back ourselves, how to trust ourselves, and all that sort of stuff, you know. If anyone is wanting any sort of tips on that sort of thing, I'm so happy to do videos on these sort of things, you know. Yeah, I just feel that I've had quite a time, put it that way, quite a time. I've dealt with a lot of different kinds of traumas, I suppose, and I've moved through a lot of them mostly by myself, which you can imagine is hard yakka. And I feel like a lot of the people that maybe who have clicked on this have also had a very hard time, you know, in their life, and have put yourself to the side. And you know, I can understand that, but I feel like it's time now. This is the message. It's time to start showing up for yourself. How do we show up for ourselves? I kind of go back to the basics. Eat, sleep, drink. You know, are you nourishing your body enough? Are you making sure that I'm seeing a table like laid out with heaps of beautiful food and stuff like this? I'm seeing a woman actually, and it's men as well, but I'm just saying what I'm seeing. A table laid out with beautiful, beautiful, beautiful meal, beautiful food. And you're in the kitchen and you're just kind of like picking away at some things when you really feel like eating, sort of thing. You've made this beautiful meal for so many people, and it's almost like you're hiding yourself away in the kitchen, almost as if you're not worthy to sit at the table, but you are. It's your fucking table. You set it out. You did it. You made this beautiful meal, you know. That's kind of what I'm seeing. We can show up for ourselves by, I always say things like, over a cup of water. You can make an intention that, hey, I'm going to have at least 1 glass of water per day. And I promise you, if you stick to that, you can start building up some really good things for yourself. You're showing that you're showing up for yourself. You start building trust within yourself. You know, all those sort of good things. I think one of the hardest parts is actually like claiming ourselves and saying, I'm worth having a drink of water. Plus a drink of water per day is going to make me feel better anyway. It's good for your body and your mind. It's good for blood vessels. It's good for so many different things, you know, but that's just one example. It could be different things. I've also gone through things in my life where it's like I've said, I've had something called chronic fatigue syndrome, or ME. I was diagnosed 10 years ago now, and that was through working my ass to the bone. I was burning the candle at both ends majorly. So I've kind of had to step back and learn, sounds funny, even how to rest properly. It took me so many years, many years, and I still every now and then will struggle with it now because it's a daily thing. It's a daily thing where it's like, I have to be able to actually sit and rest and not have your mind going 20 million miles an hour. Oh, I should be picking this up, I should be doing that, I should be doing this, I feel like there's things that I've gone through where it's like sometimes I feel that people have beautiful intentions, absolutely, but I'm not sure they have the life experience sometimes of certain things where it's like I've come across things where people are like, oh, you need to go for a walk 30 minutes a day, you need to do this, you need to do that. But to me, I'm like, if you're speaking to people who have like major depression, or they do have pain problems or exhaustion problems, or, those sort of problems, that feels impossible. And it actually is impossible to some people. So it's like, I learned, keep it very, very, very simple. Keep it to something that is actually doable and achievable, such as just that example, having a glass of water per day. I remember going to a pain clinic many years ago, and I felt very overwhelmed. Firstly, because I didn't even know if I'd be able to even manage to go to all the classes because of the chronic exhaustion and pain. But I remember what was really cool about this clinic is it was ran by people who also either themselves have experienced chronic pain or someone very close to them. So they really did actually understand it properly. It wasn't just book smart, you know what I mean? It was lived experience stuff. And I remember the first class, like I said, just feeling very overwhelmed, like, oh my gosh, am I out of my depth? I don't know. I don't know. And he said, give yourself 3 goals per day. And even that was enough for me. My brain was going, how am I even going to be able to manage that? He literally said that his 3 goals were get out of bed, get dressed, have a glass of water. You know what I mean? So it's like, that actually made me feel a little bit better. I was thinking, oh, okay, because my experiences so far were with, doctors and stuff like that are trying to make you do things that, I had been suggested going to the gym and stuff like that. And for those that don't know, when you have chronic fatigue syndrome, it's one of those very few rare kind of things where that actually makes it way worse. It can actually put you on your ass badly, really badly. And I know that too because I used to do it. I used to try and go to the gym twice a week with these chronic illnesses, and it was just terrible. It wasn't good for me. There's other ways around these sort of things that I'll talk about in time too, because I've learnt a lot of different things, mostly by myself, as to what can actually help these sort of things. But yeah, I'm not feeling great today. I'm sick on top of chronic illnesses, so I'm flaring. That means that my normal symptoms are turned up. But I thought, no, I made a commitment. I would like to start hitting record. I don't necessarily know what I'm going to talk about until I hit record, or maybe just before. But yeah, I feel like this is what I'm talking about today, because how do you show up for yourself? I also am highly allergic to heaps of different foods and stuff, right? So for me, when I'm sick, I can't necessarily just go and grab something to eat. I still have to cook, which can be rough. It can be quite rough, But last night, I got up, even though it was late. I ended up having dinner at about 9:30. But I was proud of myself because I got up, I pushed through. I tried to do it in an easier kind of way. I just chucked heaps of things in the air fryer and let it do its thing. But even that was a lot of effort, to be honest. But I felt proud because it's like I showed up for myself. I'm making conscious decisions every day, especially around foods and stuff, because it fuels your body or it won't, depending on what you're putting in it. You know, I feel like I'm here to help people claim themselves, look after yourself. You know what I mean? You're worth looking after, especially if you're one of those people that look after so many other people beyond yourself, you know. If anyone has anything they want to share in the comments, or if you would like to hear me speak about anything in particular, please let me know. I'm not sure if I just get on here and have a ramble. I hope that whatever I'm saying, something may click, you know, for you guys. But yeah, I just thought I would jump on and see what comes out, I suppose. I hope that you guys are okay. I do feel like I get the feeling that I'm speaking to beautiful people that are not really okay. For those that aren't, or everyone anyway, I do send you a lot of love, so much love. And I want you to know that we really do overlook that we are loved, even by complete strangers. There are people out there that really do give a shit about people, you know what I mean? Because I bet you're one of those people. So therefore, if you're one of those people, you've kind of just proven to yourself that people love you and care about you, because you do the same for strangers, you know what I mean? Hopefully something clicks in this video for you. And yeah, I just send you lots of love. Start claiming yourself. If you want help doing that, let me know. Okay? Lots of love, beautiful people.